Hello, this is Divine Sunshine, and I am coming to you with a message in with as far as the full moon that we have coming up, which is called the wolf moon. So I want to kind of just tap in to see as far as what are the messages that they are bringing to us, as far as what this energies of the wolf moon is bringing to us. Definitely when we're talking about the symbolism of the totem animal clear of wolf, we also know, we always think about lone wolf. Really is about pretty much focusing in on self. Really understanding it's about your leadership and making that come up to the forefront as well. Another thing that would say that again that this wolf moon would be bringing up too is, again, we're talking of pack, and pack with me about numbers. It's about, to me, getting those people around you that's helping you. I'm seeing something forth of a direction that you actually are going into. And so with this pack, you might be, again, sharpening, able to, I'll handle that later, be able to get a more stronger sense of who you are in the midst of other people, getting a stronger sense of the direction that you actually want to go. Also, but then again, if we're talking about love, and that's bringing it back to me, I remember me doing research on wolves that said wolves surprisingly are loyal to their mates too as well. As well, they always thinking about off, but like it's like whoever that they are connected to as well, there is also a sense of loyalty to as well. So again, these people who are in your packs, when we're talking about wolves, as well, it's also about that, but it's that hermit energies that I talked about before, prior to, and saying that again, that we have to have this sense of self before we able. It's almost like, again, in order for you to lead or to be a leader, you got to have a strong sense of who you are before you start taking on other people into your, again, as it said, into your flight of where you're going as far as you're ascending to as well. So when I look at the cards here, and I'm seeing here, what do you need to release? This moon here is a really, again, like I say, about this leadership and you having other people following you and going in the same direction as you. I'm thinking, again, in order for me to be into this position as well, we've got to start thinking about exactly where is it that we actually want to, I'm not doing, where is it that we actually want to be? Where is it that we actually want the direction? Where's the ending point? What's the destiny? I was listening to a workshop that I was in, and they were talking about that again. Like, it's not about the how, it's the who about it. Who is it that I need to talk to get me to where I need to go to? Who is it that I need to connect to get me? It's not how, because if you get into the how, you get stuck there. So again, what do I need to release? Who is it? Who is it that's I'm going to need to go in contact in order to help me to release where I am? Do I need to talk to a therapist? Do I need to talk to a spiritual person? Do I need to go get a past life regression session with a therapist or hypnosis? Hypnotist or a person who does that. Who is it? Is it somebody in my life that I need to start forgiving so I can move on to the next step? So again, this, what do you need to release? This also, when we're talking about this alone stuff, it's like, again, as me, oh Lord, standing in need of prayer, it's really about looking at self and taking ownership and accountability, to me, as is, because in order, and I've taken courses as far as being like a leader and being a principal, they're always talking about it's about you and being accountable, that you're one able to take risks, that you want to say, again, yes, it's me that was at fault, that you don't have a problem with that you're a person who can be able to motivate other people around you, and all of these things are, again, are sets and things that you have to have within yourself in order for you to take anybody on. It's nobody, you don't need to take on anybody else where you don't have a great sense of direction as to where you're going. And this, again, we are the Mars, I think, is kind of playing a part too as well. Again, I'm not into astrology as well, but I just take it as, again, I'm a novice. What I see on YouTube or what's being shown or I read on, that's being shown to me, and I know something about Mars, Aries. We're kind of getting there. Aries is going direct. Again, I know they're saying about about the 3 months and towards the end, some kind of way we're going to get really towards into that. So right now we're kind of moving in that direction. So we understand that we got to take action. And I believe that we know that right now with the period that we're in, we need to really take some serious action because of, again, this is a new year. We want things to change. We don't want things to be the same. Last year was the year 22, and that was about building. 23 is about change. And if we talk about changing, there's action that goes along with that. That goes pretty much hand in hand when we talk about that, because if you're not changing, then you're taking no action. You're probably saying, okay, I'm fine where I am. I don't want to move any place further. This is great. And so again, when we're talking about in our energies for overall, let me see, I'm going to move this back again. Right now, let me see, this got to my attention too as well, which is, what is our soul journey collectively? You who is watching this, what's the soul's journey? Is to become self-disciplined. Again, to me, again, if we can't get on that wolf energy that they were saying about that again, it's in order for you to be that leadership, there is an amount of discipline that has to be taken on. We can't be willy-nilly here, there, everywhere. We got to know specifically which is the action or the course or the direction that we need to do. So I can't accomplish what I set my mind to. Again, to me, I'm thinking also discipline in the mind too as well, because if you're rocking and rolling on this channel, you're a person, again, and you're attracted, again, the mind can do a lot of Jedi mind tricks on ourselves, and we're getting to the point that, again, that although that is an illusion that we've learned on this journey, that again is just called a training of the mind. And like I was in the workshop and they were saying, again, we got to stop training our minds to look for the problems, but we got to train our mind that we're always looking for solutions. My mom always says there's a problem, there's always a solution. So again, you can tell your mind, okay, you're seeing the problem, but guess what? If you're seeing the problem or you're looking for the problem, then guess what? At the same time, then you can find a solution to this. You know, again, I'm seeing it every time I talk to my boss. He's always talking about what I'm doing wrong. Okay, all right then. So what's the solution to it? Okay, well, one of the solutions is, again, maybe I can ask her specifically, what is it that you need me to do in order to, again, meet your standards of what you want me to do? Or another solution is like, I know I'm doing the best that I can. Start doing introspection with yourself, positive talk. I'm doing the best that I can. I don't know what else. I've done everything that he told me, X, Y, Z. Now the next solution for me to do is to find some kind of way that I can be free, which is mean to let this job go. So again, that is finding the solutions to it. Or am I really looking at this boss and they're really helping me, and I have a problem with authority, and it seems like no matter what my boss might say to me, I've got an issue with it because I have a problem with authority. Okay, well, maybe I need to kind of start looking into what's going on with me. Do I need to go see a therapist with that? Because again, this is maybe about the 5th job. I felt like I got to leave in a month. After a while, it's not them, and they're all telling you something, and you got a problem with them telling you something to change. It's you at that point. So again, finding discipline. Again, denial, okay? So when we're talking about denials, I acknowledge my feet, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And that's what I'm saying. He had even said in the workshop that I was in about really getting just real. I told you this month is about integrity and really becoming honest, and really getting honest with, again, what did you contribute? Why isn't this working? Since we're almost covering the W's. You talk about the who, now let's get down to the why, the finite. We talked about that. I remember Kathy D one time saying, you know, and why, and then find it down, and okay, and then why, and then okay, and then why, and then okay, then why. I was just watching the workshop with Dean, one of the famous motivational speakers as well, and he was breaking it down. He's like, okay, and why? And so then, you know, he was bringing up examples about you know, something that he wanted to do in life. And when it kind of narrowed it down to, he watered it down to steam, like boiling water, it was just like, I want control of my life. I'm tired because of everything that I have done before. I've seen like I have not had control over my life. And so that's what it all fell down to. It wasn't just the money he wanted to make or change in the jobs. It boiled down to that. What is it that, again, that you're in denial about on your soul's journey, that you need to get real? Like, you know, maybe if I keep on attracting these same people, after a while, it's not about them. It's not like a Holly Berry say, I'm a bum magnet. Well, again, maybe it's my expectations I need to shift. Maybe is it something within me that I'm attracting this, or I'm really in some ways liking this. Maybe some kind kind of way, I want to play the victim role, you know. And then I've got to change my mindset to say that, you know, I am worthy in love. I am enough. I don't need to keep on attracting these bum magnets. As it has been. So again, I've been in denial to say it's all right, it's just, you know, it's them, that's just the nature of men, that's how they are. And then finding out to twist it around and saying, okay, you know what, maybe it is me. Next thing I have here is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Again, we are coming to now with this moon, and especially we talk about these actions and what do you need to release. That goes back into this is about transformation. I'm thinking about the number 8 and understand that it's about rebirth, speed, yeah, and helping us about that. And so understanding that death, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And this is what we have to do that. It was nice that even in the workshop that I was with Dean, and he was talking about that. He was like, you know, sometimes, and that was very helpful for me, and I'm passing that on to you, that we keep on looking at situations like, okay, it's death, it's ending, and ending is why. You know, again, sometimes we have to remember again that it's a beautiful thing that things have ended. Like the job let you go, it ended. You like, I don't understand why, you know. And again, there's something again in the play that helps you to bring in this orchestra of life, this helping you to understand that it needed to be let go so it can be able to free you to go on to the next step. That is what is needed. And so sometimes we all have a hard time with the death thing. We all do. I can't understand it. I thought this was the one, and now it's just like it's not going anywhere. I keep on pouring into it. I'm not getting anything in return, so it must be that's the end of it, you know. And like I told my mom about her going to a certain doctor, I said, you know what, we keep on going to the same place and we're not getting any better results. So I think it's really the end of us going to that clinic in that location for what's happening with you. And so this is again what we're understanding, that right now with the energies, they wanted us understanding that again, this is a new year. We also know spiritually, everybody's been saying this is the ending of cycles, of karmic cycles. We've been through the lessons. Again, it's now for us to move in our blessings, or to take what we've learned and now move into the energies of now taking what we learned and now making a conscious effort to turn things around, and now again in our favor, but also turn things around and make a conscious effort that everything that we're doing is based upon the intentions that we had set for this year. Like I said, I'm gonna thrive, not survive in 2023. And so understanding that, because it's the number 5, which means change. And so this is really making sure that we are actually aligning ourselves to do that. The next thing is surrender. You know, my dad's favorite song was, after you've done all you can, you just stand. It says, I can release my need to control things. I think also we're learning in this year, again, I told you in one of the readings, it's called like fill in the blanks. We're really understanding that, and Spirit has really truly have been putting in information that we did not know, or we've been seeking and saying, I just not understanding. The Spirit is now, or the universe is now giving us the why, or also the what, since we hadn't learned the W's. So we got the who, we said no more asking about the how. Now Spirit says you allow us to give you the why, not you keep on looking for the why or what happened. We will start giving you that. And I have seen that, and I told you it was going to get a point that the Spirit will start revealing things to us to really understand what's the other side of the facet of the diamond of life that we have to deal with. And so it's really getting to a point of surrender. It's no more push, because we did the job. We learned the lesson in the last year. And now we're applying and seeing what we have learned, seeing how our life is now, planting the seeds and how those things are going to actually grow from this point on. So when we're talking about in the divine feminine energies, I'm going to go into that. They're having us work with this full moon energies. Is now going to have us working in the area of what is this full moon bringing to us? I see 2 cards. Okay, which one is our image? Interesting. So it's saying that I'm comfortable in my own skin even if others can't accept me. So again, it's right now where you are, whatever it is, like you say, you're doing it because you want to. It's not like he was saying in it, it's not about exchange. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm being significant. I know I want to help, and I'm not really caring about the results. I think we talked about that with the divine masculine energies too, about results orientated. It's like my results determine where I am or what's the feedback. With this, for the divine feminine energies, it's saying again, don't care about how people perceive me, think of me, because again, no matter what, we're unique. They are not going to get you. Some of them do, and you God bless them that they do get you. But again, like I said always on this channel, I have to remind myself too, again, we're not here to change their mind. We're not here to have them change our minds. We're here to change their minds. And sometimes that's a concept that's hard to even get, even with me even saying it. It was hard for me to even, I say, okay, which one is it? Right. And so again, reminding us, it's not for them to get who we are. Again, we're here to show them another way of our unique ways. The next thing is, again, for the divine feminine energies, this is going to work with our power. With this full moon is our power. I can accomplish any goal that I set my mind to. Nothing is unattainable unless I believe it is. So again, with this, use the power of this moon, which is helping you set goals, which is great because this is the beginning of the year, which is really mostly times we're always thinking about, you know, what goals do I want to set? And I've heard a lot of people saying it's not about the goals, it's about the intentions. That is true. I think that if you get an intentions or a good motto to go by, and you remind yourself to do that. Dean was talking about putting it on your phone, and I do that very constantly, sending yourself reminders on your phone. At this time, you know, I will thrive, not survive, you know, or I'll be great, you know, because that's my mind state, you know, things of that nature. Keeping that going on and on, as far as reminders that in case you do slip or you forget, that you kind of remind you. And that's why I remember that, like my other my line sister saying, it's all about me in 2023. And I say, yeah, true. And I say, and then remind yourself that, you know, again, for the universe to understand, I'm talking about in the positive ways, like it's shining the light, people seeing what I'm doing, my good words, you know, those things, because I have seen that in the universe. Oh, it's all about you. Okay, so it's all about you going, you know, to see. And it's not universe like socking it to you, but you want to make sure that you are aligning and make sure it's coming back to you in the way that you want it to, because it could be a health challenge. Okay, it's all about me. All my doctors is rallying around me. Give me like that football player. Yes, if he said that it's all about me, yeah, it is you, because they stopped the game. You know, now you have hospital spirits. Your parents got to fly in from wherever they are to watch you, you know, be with you, you know, all of that stuff. So, you know, the news is all on you about how you recovering, those things. So that's why I said, you know, sometimes you have to, again, like be specific in there, because sometimes other things can kind of come in there and say, oh, I got what she's saying. It's a loophole in there, and I can create my own fine print on what she's asking. So, you know, just be leery on that one. And then also, again, with the full moon, I trust the laws of karma to balance out the scales of any injustices universe. For the divine feminine energies, I think that goes back to us trying to drive and make things happen too as well. Understanding that the karma lessons for a lot of everybody has been saying, we have learned the cycles. Right now, that's all behind us. It's now about us now getting the glory and moving in the grace of the universe of blessing us about what we are. We got this new opportunity, this new year. You got 365 times to get it right, and moving into that energies of understanding that. And that goes back to this surrendering that they asked us to as well. Understanding I can release my need to control things. To me, again, some of us, you know, when we're talking about relationships or some kind of connections to things, some of us feel like, again, like we need to really be able to have the last word, spirit, and it's not for all, this might be for few, and really telling us to understand and to kind of like let it go, you know, let the universe go ahead and balance the scales they're showing me and tip it into your favor. So it's nothing that you have to do, you know, again, like I say, if it's the actions of love or something that had been done to you, you know, again, allow for, if it's really truly love, it would show up. Love, again, is attracted to itself, especially if it's true enough, it does not collapse. It will show up. It will find a way, period. It's almost just like a flower finding or growing in between cracks. It wants to live. It loves, you know, the sunlight. and it again, the beingness and the beauty, and showing people that look at what I did against adversity, I'm still here. That's the same way love is. No matter where it is, it's going to find a way to thrive. And that's how we have to be there too as well. But when we're talking about this karma here too as well, and balancing, Spirit is saying again, there's a lot of things that we do not need to put forth any type of action to do. What this full moon is bringing in, there's some injustices and things that might have been done to us that might be coming to the light. Scratching my head, and you just got to sit back, almost like the House of Representatives, them, and they trying to find out with the Democrats and the Republicans who's going to be the House Speaker. That's the same thing. You know, they sit back, they literally eating popcorn, watching the Republicans go back and forth and not being able to find out who's going to be their representative for them. Which is really funny. It's ironic. You know, they talked about them that got their stuff together. Now the Democrats are looking at the Republicans and say, well, you ain't got your stuff together neither. So again, that's something that they ain't have to even put in motion. You know, they talked about them, and now look at the Republicans, they kind of getting their just due. That's the injustice. Like, if you just surrender and sit back, it's going to come out. Now you're kind of a house divided within itself now. You showing, you know, like, we don't trust him. We don't trust Kevin. We don't want him to be in there, you know, and because of whatever reasons it is we know what it is, but I'm not no political channel, and I'm not toting and saying the reasons why. I'm not CNN. Go to CNN or Fox News to get that. But my thing is that that's an example of them in some ways feeling something has been done wrong, and they just got to sit back and just watch the show and literally eat popcorn, which they have done. And so this is another way of saying that. Now, when we talk about the divine masculine energies, let's see this. This is what the Spirit wants us to rule on, and it's ruling over conflict. And that goes back to the conflict of what must stay and what must go. And also, it's time to take action. I think that card was down at the bottom, and that made me look at that as well, as saying that's a big thing for us in our actions. Remember, we house both feminine and masculine. Some of us are a little bit more welcoming of the energies than others, but we do have more. We just operate a little bit more of that. And so when we talk about the feminine energies, that's what you need to do, as far as you being within, observing things, making things manifest within, you know, setting the intentions within. That will be the divine feminine energies. Again, you know, giving birth to the dream of how you're being able to intimately connect with those things, those wishes and dreams and hopes for. And then the divine masculine goes out there, energies, goes out there, and how you show up in the world, how you go out there and actually put action into the world to make those very things that's happening and occurring within yourself, or between your feminine energies, and together you go and you make those things happen. So in the divine masculine energies, it's saying through fear it initiates endings to things. That's interesting. He has said, Dean, is kind of almost all everything in that workshop is being saying that, you know, he's like, on the other side of fear is your happiness. So actually in the divine masculine energies is going through there and pushing through until you get to the other side, which is where you are supposed to be. But in the divine masculine energies, we see that across the board. Even in my readings, it has been an issue of being able to go to really get off of that fence and actually make the move to go on. So right now in this moon energies is bringing some help to understand that this fear, it can be able to initiate endings to things. I'm picturing and I'm sensing somebody that's like really fearful, saying, is this how my life is going to end? This is how my life is going to be? Am I going to stay into this relationship or this job or at this house, and this is going to be it? You know, the fear of that really is going to be, I'm grateful for words of encouragement. Okay, so looking at that is actually going to get the divine masculine energies to say the fear of me seem like I'm stuck here is going to initiate this, say, no, this got to be something else. That's the same thing like with something I'm doing in a project with my stuff right now, and I was like, you telling me is nobody out there that's willing to take on this project? Nobody wants to do this project. They don't want the money. That don't make no sense to me. You know, and it's because of my fear of saying, oh my God, I might be stuck. This might be all that we can do. I don't see any solutions in sight, initiating me to get into that powerhouse of that feeling of, no, I'm not going to take no for an answer. This is not going to work for me. So this is what we're talking about in divine masculine energies. We still got phobos, which phobias to me, which is phobos, which is again the root word, the Greek word, which is again phobia as well, is rooted and connected to that. So we understand about these fears. It's something about these fears, and I'm seeing somebody like this is really being a catalyst of saying, okay, either we gonna crap or we gonna get off the pot. Okay, it's either or, but we're not gonna just sit here and stay on this toilet, you know, and not do anything. We've got to make some kind of decision. Spirit is telling me they gotta have some action. It could be again the fear of the divine feminine energies. If you're saying that, it's like I'm walking, I can't, in the form of the one who's dominant, saying I can't do this no more. You know, I waited, I tried to see if you're gonna make any kind of actions to move. It don't seem like it, so I'm going on in life. I read and I looked at different tarot readings, everybody saying, and I have felt that now the soulmates are now being open. Now they can walk on in, so you might be missing your chance, or you know, whatever, or you're on the job, like, you know, fear, I'm gonna end up, this is gonna be where I am. You know, this fear has imprisoned me, and I'm really tired of this. You know, I can stand no more. And this is year 2023, and I'm still in the same spot because I'm scared. So it's a shift with that one. So now with the divine masculine energies, with this energies of the full moon is bringing now, which is a rebirth, a wanting of transformation. Something has to die, or some things have to die. It's just like, again, the butterfly, the metamorphosis, where some parts of you have to die, and some things you're going to find out that you're going to have your old self and you have your new self still, but you still got to find a way of how you can be able to balance both of them. This is what it is. There is a dying off action. Through your action, that's the phoenix, which is flames, fire, that is going to be able to give rebirth to a new you. So that's, again, that's what's being pushed because of this fear. Having very great strength and intellect and importance. To me, reminding yourself, the tiding, that within you, you are divine. Within you, there's every resource of things or action or emotions or anything that you need in order for you to obtain success, to move on into the greatness that you are. You are divine. This is all in it. That's why all these different situations and things have occurred into this time, because it's a reminder of, and to help you to bring forth out of you your divinity. And so this is what, again, understanding that you have these things where you are now is reminding you that you have great strength, you have great intellect, and you are important. You're not on the point, like you say, you is kind, you is this, you is smart, you is important. That is true. I hear that line. But again, your help, which is be divine or source, is reminding you again that your importance, your value into the world, and remind your own self that too, so that you can understand that what you're doing is important. What you're doing is needed in the world. What you're doing is something that, again, is value. So again, the last one we have here is for the divine masculine energies in this full moon is fertility, ego, attached to manhood, acts observed, will endowed. So to me, again, with the ego, kind of watch it where you are in divine masculine energies, making sure that you're not relying on ego. Ego is nothing but a hype man. It hypes you to get into there, and then afterwards, just like a song person, you say, I got it. I got to rap and sing my verse from this point on. All you doing is just hyping the crowd and get them ready for me to come out there hyping me, because you telling about what I do and what I bring to the table, and we both out there dancing. It's like, hey, and you doing the dance move and I'm doing dance move, and we hyping up for each other, but it's still at the end of the day, I'm the one that's got to give the performance. That's what the thing of the ego is, understanding that. So we cannot be attached that a way we present ourselves as our image into the world. We've got to watch that again, whatever image that we put out there, persona, that's part of who we are. We have to detach ourselves from that. We don't have to be over zealous or over observed. As far as that, vulnerability is good, especially at this time. Sometimes you have to let people know that's the greatest strength is showing vulnerability, not the greatest strength of you coming out there acting like you macho man, or you bag chips and all that, and oh, I'm beautiful, and you know, look at how many subscribers, and look at this, who's following me and listening to me. That is not where it's at. Spirit wants you, again, about integrity. We're saying that, about truly being honest with who you are. You are well endowed. You're well endowed with all the gifts, talents, skills, and abilities the Spirit has brought you to. But let's remember at all times that we're using it for our highest good, and not because we have that. So I want to wrap it up and say again, what is Spirit? Right on the dot. What is Spirit? Again, wants us to remember, especially with this full moon energies. What do they want us to work with? Oh, you got this one. I kind of this. No, you keep on saying you want these two. You're just coming out because you're coming out almost like a kid. That, again, always remember home. Remember what makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you are connected with source. Especially when I'm talking about this hype man and this observedness and what you're doing about action. Still remember, again, in your core, what makes you feel grounded. Home is groundedness, so stay grounded. Remember that prosperity is about you. I'm here to say all about me, but it is, again, about the Trinity and coming in alignment. And you are aligned with prosperity. You got to believe that. Use your psychic abilities. That means use your intuition, your awareness to help you to seek the actions, or the right actions that you want to. I see in this says the crown and dove and crown. So remember, again, you want that peace. Remember, rely on, again, the crown, bringing you the downloads and things that you need to as well in order for you to do that. Rely on your psychic abilities. Rely on your sixth sense on things too, about what's the right actions, when's to move, what to do, and who do you need to release. That's what's said at the beginning. Find the courage. Again, Spirit says that you do that. Rely on your heart, what desires of your heart, to really align you with what it is. And then when you align and you think about, like I said, using the models, the things like that, that's going to help to drive you to make sure that you stay in alignment with where you want to actually go with that. And so then again, you understand that it's time to take action. Okay, and then the last thing is willpower. Okay, understand the world, and it looks like it's got the world and it's got the moon. Moon to me is, again, about your intuition, your awareness, again, but about the illusions too. Moon could also represent, since she's got it behind you, all the illusions of things about what's going on is back of you. But we're dealing with a good handle on what is reality. You are in the position to create your own reality. You are the ones who label and say and identify what is actually happening in your world. Do not fall for the okie doke or the illusions that some things are in the world is trying to present to you. I am, like I said about the project that I was trying to do, I said, no, I don't believe that it's nobody that's want money to pay for this project to be done. I don't believe that. You trying to sell me that. And I've found myself several times here lately, somebody trying to sell like some things. Like one went to the other day, went to the store very quickly, and I'm not digressing. I like to bring stories in to help you understand about how life shows us that too as well. And how it all weaves in together. So that's why I like to tell stories on that one. So it's not called digressing. It's called, again, confirming and bringing it home and just helping you to understand how it is demonstrated in our daily lives. With that is that, again, I went to the store and the thing wouldn't scan. And so the young lady went. It was a little small tub. It was about this size, this small tub potato salad. And so she went, so I'm gonna do a price check, I'm gonna go see it. So she went to go see it, and she came back, she said it's $8.49. I said, $8.49? I said, no, I'm not buying that. There ain't no way you could tell me something that small a size, about like this, about this size of it is it look bigger. Let me pull it back. $8.49 for a 18 ounce or 16 ounce pound of potato salad. I said, well, I understand about inflation, but come on. I said, now, I could get, they had the big tubs of potato salad that's like this. I said, yeah, the $8.49, I'll pay for that. But $8.49 for a little small one, ain't buying that. Then I found myself doing that again, talking to somebody about my security system, and he was saying about the thing, they had installed it, but some kind of way in their records, he looked back, he said, oh, I see somebody installed it before, not with our company, but somebody else previous that was in the home already. I said, I'm not buying that. I said, I've been saying that to everybody. No, I'm not going for that. I said, no, you all installed it. Now, you need to look back at your records and find out when you did that. I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, but you installed it. That's your equipment. That ain't mine. And so he said, okay, I understand that. I don't know what it is. But again, like I said, you have got to claim your reality. You got to say just like what I said. No, I'm not accepting that. No. That's not acceptable. That's not the reality I know of. I know what happened. So watch it. There's going to be some things maybe coming along that's going to try to gaslight you. I've heard somebody say they're using too much of it. But gaslighting, again, is trying to tell you that your reality that you know of is not truly your reality. They're trying to get you off of that, and so of knowing. And so again, watch it. That there might be a little bit of gaslighting to get you off of your square or get you off of the path that you're supposed to go. And if you know what you know, that's why I say it's very important that you know who you are. That again, stand firm on it and say, no, you can't tell me that there's not a love out there that loves me totally and can show up for me physically. Because if I'm able to do it, you're able to do it. No, you can't tell me that there's a job there that wants my talent, skills, and ability, that I have to do. You can't tell me. You can't tell me there's not a business that's out there that wants me, that again, the business that I have for people to service them, to give them X, Y, and Z. You can't tell me there's no people out there that wants that. I ain't going for that. I can't buy that. You can't tell me that how much I had to put down on this car, that there's not a car dealership out there that's not willing to give me a car for that much. You can't tell me that. I can't believe that. You can't tell me that there's not a house out there that, again, that I can get it for this price with the market it is, and people can desperate to get rid of houses like they are. You can't tell me there's a house out there that, again, or a loan or a bank that's going to give me the money so I can get the house that I want for how much that I'm able to get. Oh no, you can't. I can't go for that. So again, that's the mind state that you have to be in your whole thing. Feminine energies, which means within my spirit, I've got to be able to feel it, know it, become one with it. And knowing this is as fair, well, so as in my divine masculine energies, understanding that, again, that I am great, that I am important, and that the universe recognizes that. I'm right there. As always, thank you so very much. This is the full moon energy report for the divine masculine, divine feminine energies, and overall, as always, please also, I'm going to upload also the mastermind prayer, which is very good that you take part of. Is for 40 days, us working together, making sure that we are pushing out what we want. Write in the comment section about what you want and the mastermind when you watch the video, so we can all be praying and having our setting intentions, and together collectively making sure that your things are moving. Because again, they say we're entering a major turning point, and us doing that collectively together on this channel, we can be able to give birth to this new beginning that we want to. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time. Mwah. Love you.